Have major standardized tests become obsolete? Hundreds of colleges and universities across the nation have implemented SAT and ACT test optional admission for undergraduate students. But before you cancel those SAT or ACT prep courses, it's important to find out the criteria the college of your choice will be reviewing for admission.
We want to be able to give them a choice in thinking about how they feel is the best way to present themselves.
Karen Mormando is the director of undergraduate admissions at Temple University in Philadelphia, which has announced a new SAT and ACT test optional policy for applicants. The university has joined a growing number of schools that are giving students a choice.
When they first apply to Temple, one of the first questions that they'll be presented with is, would you like to be considered with your test scores or without? And we're asking students to consider that very seriously.
Students who opt not to submit their test scores to Temple will instead complete 4 self-reflective short answer responses the admissions committee will use in the consideration process.
We understand that test scores aren't everything, and so being able to write about yourself in a very self-reflective, meaningful way, that will give us the information that we need in relation to the rest of the review process. We don't have a preference, and whether a student applies with their test scores or not, they're still being considered for admission to our honors program. They're still being considered for merit-based scholarships. So all of that is still available regardless of the way that you choose to apply.
However, many schools still take into consideration major standardized tests like the Richard Stockton College of New Jersey. Established in 1971, the school requires SAT or ACT test scores for freshman admission.
So no matter what high school district you're coming from, whether it's a very competitive one, a not competitive one, we know that everyone is taking the same test, and we have something that we can go by that is uniformed in our process. Is it the most critical thing in our selection process? No, but it's one tool that we feel is very useful, and one of the reasons why we're with the majority of schools around the country and have it as a requirement and not just an option.
The College Board, a private company that creates the SAT test, released a statement to MeTV which reads in part, "The SAT is among the most rigorously researched and designed tests in the world, and dozens of internal and external studies show that the SAT is a valid predictor of college success for all students. It's important to note that test-optional schools are our members and our partners." With almost 1/3 of the colleges and universities across the country changing their admission policies, it can be a confusing decision whether to take the SAT or ACT test. Right now, education experts advise students to research the mandatory criteria at the schools they're considering. In Philadelphia, I'm Veronica Dudo for MeTV Channel 2.